Hello world. We are back on this high security swap. Whew! It's been a mess. So I'm gonna flip the camera. We got we welded in some stands for our 30Fs to sit on. Welded in a stand. We like our stuff off the ground. For our DC power supply 120 to sit on. This is a high inverter from High Security. We got our rail on. We got our safety edge on the back. We've got our EMX MON2 supplied with the operator coming across the front right here. We did a saw cut. We weren't able to put in conduit prior to, we weren't notified of them pouring this slab. So we did some saw cuts, kept everything as secure as possible. We did not want to go in this stuff. It's full of everything you could imagine. Cutting that is just not practical. They actually have plans to replace some of this in the future. So, but we got a through beam on this side. So we came in. There was a few things that we had to change. We were told to use 2-aught, so we got some welding cable. That was recommended. So we put 2-aught welding cable. The terminals. We bought 2-aught terminals that worked great on our side, but when you actually get into the power box, the lug, as you can see right here, is actually only a 1-aught lug. So it was kind of cumbersome. We had to cut some wire off to make it work. We went ahead and went with 1-aught for our ground. So we got power coming in here. It goes through this system. This is 200 amp hour batteries. It flows through. We got our switch hooked up. We came out and over into this unit and landed on this solenoid switch back up to the motor. So we got everything wired up. We were having some issues getting stuff to function right. We were getting a alert 4, which is a thermostat overload. Which actually comes from this little guy right here. So on a DC unit, they take the thermostats off, and you just take these. There'll be the only 2 loose wires hanging out of your box. So we're gonna put a cap on these and make sure that they're sealed up as they should. But basically you just jumper these 2 together and those 2 come in your box, and they land on your yellow plug back here. We actually had a bad board, so this is the board out of the other one. As you can see, there was so much stuff taken out of this box and moved around today. We're gonna have to get back in it and clean it up. That way it looks nice and neat. But this is the 120, and here, let me zoom out. We'll give you a little open close action here. It does slam against this receiver post pretty good. I don't think this fence is actually lined up well. It's just not straight with itself, but that'll be for the fencing company to address. So let's go ahead and hit our close. So there she goes. 8 foot tall Trex V-Track gate. That's the close. We got a full close. We adjusted the limit back a little bit just to stay off of this for the time being until they can get that post hopefully maybe squared up a little bit more. This was actually some new track that Control Products got in. I'll come along the side right here, kind of show you a side view. So it's got a channel. Not a bad track, pretty light, 8 foot sections. We definitely learned some things. We'll probably come back and change it because I'm not okay with it. I think we're going to cut this back to be more on the post, to be more of a secured product. We're going to get a couple more pieces of track ordered and get that taken care of. We do want a quality install. This is for a government building, and we don't want any mishaps on our side. But that's it. It came out good. Yes, this was a cumbersome project. It was it was hell trying to change some of the parts out in the box, not knowing the ins and out of high security a whole lot. But when you can get tech support on the line, they're absolutely 100% spot on as far as getting stuff taken care of. We had some issues. Actually, the heat, I don't know if you could see it, but you could see the glue line. So the heat actually melted that down. Our insulation sunk, and we had to cut off a piece because the cabinet door actually wouldn't close right. Other than that, we tried to keep these runs with the 2-aught and the 1-aught wire. Try to keep them as short as possible. That's the only reason we came to the side of the cabinet, because they said keep it X amount of feet, and we were trying to minimize that number as much as possible. They said it would be a better product. So that's what we got. If y'all ever run into these situations where y'all need some advice, please look back at the videos. Or if you need any information, feel free to give us a call. We would love to help you. 337-246-0927. Powered Access. Give us a like, give us a share, subscribe.